Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Extra Lap podcast. Today, we are lucky enough to have with us the one and only Craig Engles. Craig, how are you today?
What's up, brother? I'm doing all right. Oh, sorry. It says,
No, you
I'm
good.
doing good, man. How are you?
Bro, I'm doing great. Craig, my first question, I've always wondered this. Right when you go to your Instagram, your bio is your mother's favorite runner. Can you just explain that? Like, what's going on there?
I don't know, man. You just gotta embrace what you are, right?
Bro, I mean,
Ask your mom who's her favorite runner.
apparently you, I guess. No, and well, we're approaching a big year. It's an Olympic year, so how's your training shifted going into that?
Let's see. So I moved down to San Luis Obispo, which is where I am, California. I moved down here a year ago to try and be serious about running like everyone else.
Yeah,
Um,
pulling all the people over.
yeah, nothing's changed that much, honestly, but my mindset.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, so I yeah, I would say like not much has changed training wise. I've like been hitting the same mileage. I've been cross training a little bit more, but it's like my mindset of like running's first and then living my life a second. Whereas most of my life, or 28 other years of my life, I've been living it for a living, which is how it should be. I'm not saying it shouldn't be that way, but I don't want to be old and gray and be having regrets.
yeah, definitely. And you've been running pro for quite a little bit, and you ran at Ole Miss, you ran in high school, obviously, and how is it just going in and out every year? Like, it must low key be a little draining, right?
Um, yeah, I mean, I mean, if you're a runner and anyone listening who's a runner, this sport's not easy.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not as hard as some sports. Like I honestly, like I'd say wrestling is probably like the hardest sport.
yeah. Every
Maybe
time I do this,
triathlon.
wrestling's number one.
Dude, they're brutal. Yeah, triathlon's hard. They train like 8 hours a day, but our sport is like our sport's really hard mentally and physically. So there's been years where I've wanted to quit. There's been years where I'm like loving it so much. I'm like, I'm gonna do this rest of my life, but it
Mhm.
comes and goes, and I think everyone has the same feelings on that.
Yeah, definitely. And in your training, is there like a staple workout you go to, or is it just
I'm so dumb, dude.
yeah,
I don't know. If I had to train myself, I'd be doing pull-ups and donut runs, man. I don't even know. Like, I wouldn't even know where to start with writing myself workouts. So I just listen to whatever coach says, and um, it seems like I do a lot of strength work, like 5K, like 5K runners do, tempos and stuff, and hard long runs. But then I hit some miler workouts that I don't think a lot of 5K guys could really do.
yeah. And has there been a workout you've done in the past that's just stood out, like splits wise, or
Um, Yeah, I've never been like a crazy good workout guy.
Mhm.
There's some people that you see on Strava and that you hear about through the grapevine that like crush workouts,
Yeah,
but that's never really been me. I do way better in races than workouts.
yeah.
But there was one workout that stands out that was it was 8 by 800, and I think we averaged 202,
Oh, jeez.
which
That's
is insane to think back. I don't know if I could do that nowadays, but like, yeah.
yeah. And as you said, as a person who predominantly succeeds in races, how is it you know, maybe not having the best workout, but then just going into the race and just killing it?
I mean, that's like what my mindset is like I'm a killer.
Yeah.
And like I love seeing other guys post their workouts because it's like
Motivate.
sometimes to me like depending on who it is, like I could tell it's weakness.
Because they want you to be like, oh, I ran this, I ran that.
Yeah, they need some validation, and I'm just sitting there like
You're like, bro, about to put the wheels on you in this last lap, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like all with at least the runners I've had on, it's kind of weird. Like I had Steve Scott on, and he was like, I went to a random track, no one was with me, got my stopwatch out and busted out 4 flat miles. I'm like, well, bro, that's like one of the craziest statements I've ever heard.
Yeah, there's some psychos out there like that, man, that they can just they can do that.
Yeah, and like most of the races you're in, which are, obviously massive races, are like tactical. So how do you go about that? How do you run a tactical race?
I really like tactical races. Actually, nowadays it's like it's not as tactical as I would like it to be.
Oh, real.
It's a lot of just like full throttle. Every lap is as fast as you can run for 1500. And before I used to just, I mean, I would tell myself I'm the best, you know.
Hmm.
That like, yeah,
Yeah. And like, as I said, Olympic year, any big goals coming around or like time wise, placement wise, or just going for it?
that's it, man. The Olympics. I have other goals indoors. I'd love to have so much fun. I'd like to make a world team, and I'd just like to have fun again, you know.
Bro, like I feel like people can take advantage of just having fun in indoor, just loving the sport, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
And I mean, yeah, winning is really having fun. So my goals are to win.
yeah, it's like it's always the same thing. Like, you know, would you rather run cross country, indoor, outdoor, whatever you're doing the best in is like
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Whatever
the
I'm
answer.
running best.
Yeah, and like, you're a little famous for the mullet and the mustache. I don't know if you're rocking the mustache right now, but like
I got nothing right now.
the big question of the day is, does it make you faster?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
100%?
Here we go. Here's what I got right now. This is what I'm rocking with. No Las Vegas. Of course it makes you faster, dude.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like, I'm getting the cleanup on Friday, putting it out there, getting a little mullet action on Friday.
Go, baby.
I'm
Come on.
gonna, I'm gonna get the haircut, big race on Saturday, so who knows? You know,
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you
doing
racing?
a little bit of a mile action, but I don't think I'm running Craig Engles times, but it's gonna be a little bit of a more of a slow grind, but that's just track, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
And
that's
another big question I got is when you won an NCAA championship indoor. Like, what was that like? What went into that one?
yeah, I didn't win an individual one. Individual championships are so hard to win, but I won a relay.
Yep.
So it's honestly almost cooler than winning an
Well,
individual
no,
because
you got the boys though, right? You're bringing
the
boys.
boys, yeah, it was so sick.
No, Greg, I gotta ask, what is Saturday for?
Saturday's for me and you, brother.
Bro, that's real. And another one I got is how do you run a mile proper?
Nowadays, it's as fast as you can run for 4 laps, but the way I run the mile is I sit on whoever's running the fastest.
And just hold on and then go
I'm
for
just
it.
right behind him. Yeah, you won't
Yeah.
find me leading too many races.
Hmm. And
Not like I'm sure Steve Scott was on here talking about how he led
bro,
every.
he great guy, but he's like, he wants to take the lead. He's like, I want to take all the fakes out immediately. And I'm like, bro, I would hate if I were ever like a professional runner, I would hate to run against that man.
Yeah, that would suck.
And next one is, if you're doing a sport outside of running, what do you got? What is it looking like?
Golf.
Golf, really? You got a nice swing?
No,
You know?
no, I don't. I'm not very strong. Can't hit the ball very far. I'm not very good at putting, but I love it, man. You get to get out in nature for 4 hours and just chill.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You aren't having to have a heart rate of 180. You don't have to worry about recovering tomorrow. You can even crack a cold one or two.
Bro, I gotta say, we'll get to the cool ones in with the people's questions, but like I followed your career, and I remember there was one summer, and every time you posted, I would show it to my dad. I'm like, this guy just cracks open every single race. I'm like, after every race, I mean, you're on the podium, bro, like right away, just cracking open, ready to go.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like, bro, the mullet, the mustache, and beer is like the craziest mashup. That's awesome though. And before we get to the people's questions, big question, breakfast or dinner? This is the question of the week right here.
Dinner guy, big dinner guy.
Dinner, really?
Uh-huh.
All right, what's the go-to meal?
Dude, there's some days where I won't eat anything except for dinner, but I eat like a 5,000 calorie dinner.
That's where you get all the nutrients just straight from the dinner.
Seriously. Yeah, but honestly, Chipotle is probably up there as number
I was
as
just
one.
gonna say the fast food. Chipotle, bro, Chipotle is where it's at. If you aren't getting a chipper life, then you're not living the life.
Yeah. Chipotle's up there, but I love just cooking I love cooking sweet potatoes at my house. I cook like one meal on Sunday and then I eat it the rest of the week because I just put it in Tupperware.
Real. Nah, my like my whole like my nutrients, bro, straight from the Chipotle app. All of
Yeah,
those rewards, they add up right away.
they do, brother.
Nah, that's and like I'm gonna guess your favorite fast food's chipper then
Is what?
is Chipotle.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That and Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, straight Mexican food. Yeah. What are you getting at chipper? A burrito? Bowl? What?
Burrito all the time. Yeah, burrito.
I'm a big I go right now I'm at burrito, but I'm a big quesadilla burrito. I mix it up
Really?
every day. Yeah. I don't know, like some of them have them though, and some don't have quesadilla offer quesadillas. It's kind of weird, but like
Yeah, yeah.
it's good. All right. The people asked a lot of good questions, but I will say, first question right out of the gate, I'm sitting there looking at the questions and I reload, and the first question is, if I give you a Bud Light, are you cracking it or not? Bro, I'm like, this just seems about right.
A Bud Light. I think this is more of a political question, but
No, no, no politics. Let's make it a
no
beer then.
politics.
They hand you a beer, you cracking it?
um, yeah, of course. What do you mean? I'm hitting that on my spike, cracking it, and just
Bro,
finishing.
4x8 relay last year, 92 degrees, pulled out the water bottle, hit it, got the spike, shotgunned a little water after post race. So you're hitting it though?
Oh yeah. I unless there's like a bunch of little kids. Like if there's a bunch of kids, I might not.
You might have to hold back.
Might have to hold back.
Yeah. And next big question is pre-race meal. This one, I got a lot of different answers from this one, so
Pre-race meal, like
yeah.
night before, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Literally anything but Olive Garden.
Anything but the breadsticks are so good though.
I know they are, but I think it's cursed.
Really?
Yeah, every time in college we would eat Olive Garden, we'd have a bad race.
Really? Is that like the Ole Miss squad right there? You guys used to pull up to Olive Garden and just
It
win.
was for a bit. I think my coach Ryan Van Hoy was like, he said it was cursed, and I just believed him, so I never ate there.
Real. My sister worked at Olive Garden for like 4 or 5 years. Bartender at Olive Garden. I hit up Olive
Yeah.
Garden. I mean, like, it's good food, a little salty, but like, if you need something to eat, go there. Next question. How do you recover between races?
um, I wonder if this was from like a high school or from a college person or what, but like if it's the next week, I don't do anything different. But
Hmm.
if it's the next day or that day, like later that day,
Hmm.
still not doing anything different. I'm just out there having fun.
Bro, that's like, you're just out there to vibe, low key.
I'll sit down, I guess. I don't know.
Like, is it hard though going through all the trials and stuff, or
Yeah, some of the races nowadays are 3 rounds.
yeah.
Um, I love racing. Like that's my favorite thing about running. And in high school, you do like the 4x8, then the 800, then the mile, then the 2 mile, then maybe the 4x4.
Hmm.
Like I love doing all that. I would, we would eat like candy. We would
Yeah.
do what we wanted in between them, but that was high school.
Hmm.
But nowadays it's 3 races, probably PRing in all 3 races in the 1500
Hmm.
and going as hard as you can. So yeah, you got to take it easy days in between and just run like a few miles or maybe even like swim in the pool. I don't really know.
Bro, just do whatever floats the boat,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
gets you, right? Are you like a big ice bath guy or
No way.
no? I
No way.
I'm against cold water too, but like, I don't know. I like it a little bit.
Sauna guy. I'm anything heat. I like hot springs. I like saunas. Yeah.
Yeah, that's real. And like, I don't know. I mean, I live in Massachusetts, so maybe it's just a little different. Maybe, you know, I mean, you're a Mississippi guy, right?
I'm from North Carolina, but yeah, Mississippi. I went there for 2.5 years, and I love the heat. No matter heat, humidity, give me those things, and I'll be crushing.
Bro, North Carolina, are you a big Outer Banks guy or?
I actually never went. Like we
You've
weren't.
never gone to Outer Banks, really?
I think like that's where the rich families went growing up. I don't really know.
Yeah, we went there. This hat's from the Outer Banks. Shout out.
I think I've
But
seen donuts. I've heard of
yo,
it.
duck dumplings are so good. Like the store smells so like nice. It's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
it is
Wait,
what
so
it is.
you've been to the Outer Banks?
Yeah, I went there like 2 summers ago. It's really nice. Hard to run in, but like it's nice. And like you're opening up your indoor season, right? I saw you posted the tour. You're opening up on the 13th. Are you excited or?
Yeah, that's in like 3 days, I think. What's today? Yeah, 3 days. I'm racing a 1K, man. I'm stoked.
Bro,
Like I've
one
been
thing.
training. Yeah, I've been training so hard that like I need a down week, and this was it.
Yeah, and like, you run like 144 in the eight, right? And then you're like a 351 miler. So how does a 1K fit? Like, is it more like an eight or a mile to you?
It's like the perfect middle ground. There's every once in a while they'll run like a super fast 1K on
Mhm.
the international level, and there'll be a bunch of 800 guys and a bunch of 1500 guys, and it's usually like pretty head on.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like when worlds collide. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
and do you know who's in your race quite yet? Or
I just know of Sam Ellis. I
yep.
don't know if you know that name, and then John Rivera. He's my training partner. Davis Bove. Yeah,
Mhm.
there's
It should be
maybe
good.
Sam Prakel if you know that name.
Mhm. And like, I mean, you're going against UWash and University of Washington. So like, they did have a little bittersweet time in the football championship, but
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Well, Craig, thank you so much for coming on. It was great to have you.
yeah. Of course, dude.
Uh, Thank you everyone for listening. Till our next lap. See ya.
Gang, gang, baby.